is the sunken patio. I think I've shown it to people before, but it's a great place to go later on in the summer. This area here will be really lush with Rheum palmatum, you know, the ornamental rhubarb, and lots of different things. So it's kind of hidden, and in windy weather it's actually a really nice place to sit with a small fire or chimney outside. But you can see I've never put a floor in it, and my plan was to put some gravel into the base of it there. The pond here will eventually drain or collect water from the roof and go through a small little tiny canal along the gravel pathways and into here, and then it will overflow into these plants that like wet conditions. They like wet soil, they like marshy conditions. And then there's a small pipe down here that allows drainage into here, and then there's also buried, I don't know whether it's a fridge or a car or whatever it is, but I've come across the top of it. So there's really good percolation and drainage in this area here, so everything can run off and die down here. But I've come across through my brother's in-laws some second-hand slabs which look really nice because they're aged, and I think I'm going to pave this area very informally, and I suppose I'll show you what I'm going to do as I do it. First I need to just get it reasonably level and take a little bit more soil out from around here and here, and that's what I'm going to do first. So I've raked and removed a little bit of soil from this area here, and the ground has been dug out quite deep. As you can see, it's a drop down, so the ground is very solid here, so I don't need to dig out a lot more. It's not topsoil here. The very surface probably had a few leaves on it, so it looks darker, probably like a mil or two of topsoil, but the rest of it is absolute subsoil. And that's the kind of fall I want. It's just literally sitting, I suppose the bubble just sitting at the line, or even a little bit more. If I were to give this a bit of a shake, probably just going a little bit more. I don't really need it to be absolutely level, and I do want to fall off into this corner, as I was saying, because there's a lot of drainage there. So I'm going to put some sand and gravel and whatever I have basically down here, because I want to get this job done in like a couple of hours or less if I can help it, because I've got other things to do. If I was doing this for a client, I would probably have this, I would have broken stone, hardcore 804, whatever you want to call it, which is like a base material, quarry stone, and then sand, and then the slabs on top of it. But for me, because it's me and because I'm using what I have, I'm not really bothered, and I'm going to use some sand and gravel. So now that I've raked out a very thin layer, I'm not really worried, as I say, about making a massive layer. The difference between doing this and putting hardcore underneath will be that I suppose there won't be as much drainage underneath, so the slabs are probably going to get a little bit more, they're going to stay wet for longer, and the surface is going to stay wet for longer sometimes, but it's actually quite a dry area in here. So all I need to do now is just check reasonably and screed off level with this large spirit level. But I'm not being too fussy, and I'm not going to plate compact it or do anything like that, because I think in this situation the slabs will self-bed a little bit, and it's not the way I would do it for a client. We'd probably screed off plate compact on top of hardcore. But because I've done it thousands of times for other people, I know, I suppose in this situation, for myself, what I can get away with. And when I say get away with, that doesn't mean it won't be right. I know that it'll work here. These are the slabs that I got both here and in the trailer, and they are an imitation York stone made by Bradstone, an English company, and they were down for a good few years. And I like them because they have these lovely lichens and dirt and have an old look about them. But what I like most is the fact that they're free and they are environmentally friendly, because they were going to be thrown out anyway, and reusing something or recycling something is always a very environmentally friendly process. So good all around. So the phone ran out of power. Because this was kind of impromptu, it was a job that I didn't intend doing, and just kind of got the slabs and started doing stuff. So off camera I finished it off, and also engaged in a disagreement about where exactly the slabs were to go. So this little gap here was created in order to be the same as this gap. So we've got a gravel strip all the way around the edges, and then I just swept in some sand and some gravel between the joints, just to make it very straightforward and formal, and maybe some little seeds of things like maybe night scented stock or something that's has a nice smell, might be put into the cracks. But this is the result of about an hour and a half's work, when you set up something and you get slabs or something for free, and you decide this is a job that I want to do, and you put it in front of other jobs. This is the result, and I'm really happy with it.